we got the disastrous set of holes, Brewski. The last video we watched was a banger, bruh. Shout out to him too. He commented on one of the videos. He makes fire shit, bruh. Check this shit out.
Did you like
This shot? Disastrous set of holes.
doing Holes?
No.
Or did you just do it because you were a kid?
No, Holes was horrible.
Holes has been credited as a generation-defining film. Next to other Disney movies from the era, it stood out for being darker, smarter, and more mature than anything else. The movie forged its own identity while remaining faithful to the source material.
I never watched Holes. I won't lie to you, but I know everybody be saying it's it's one of like Shia LaBeouf's best roles. I think this is what like blew him up in the first place, huh?
Making Holes wasn't easy.
Shia LaBeouf. I don't know.
Harsh weather, grueling labor, clashing actors, and an exploding refrigerator that blew a cast member out of their trailer.
What? Bruh, if you go out to a exploding refrigerator, you just gotta take it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It just happens, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you could shoot something like that on like Netflix now. You know, they wouldn't let you put a kid. There's stuff you could do then you can't do now.
Before Holes ever
Like
made
there's nothing you can do in your life to prevent that from happening. Like a refrigerator blowing up. I don't think I should be spending as much time as I am on the exploding refrigerator.
as a classic 5 years earlier, but while it was critically acclaimed upon release, it would go on to become somewhat divisive. The idea for the book came to author Louis Sachar in the early 90s when he moved from San Francisco to Texas, where the summers were longer, hotter, and difficult to adjust to. Writing about the miserable heat was therapeutic.
God, that airline is back, boy. I don't understand, bruh. Go straight up bald on this at this point,
For him, and he eventually imagined a boot camp where kids had to dig under the blazing sun every day. For a while, that single
I know if this was in real life, some rich parents are just gonna send their kids out here because they don't wanna deal with them, bruh. I know if something like this happened in the exists in real life, people are good. There's gonna be customs for this shit, bruh.
place was all Lewis had in mind, and the story gradually grew from there. Holes was published August 20th, 1998, and it was an immediate success. Despite
Why my sound just cuts off? What's happening here?
was an immediate success. Despite being a young adult novel, it had surprisingly rich characters and a complex, engaging plot that explored incarcerated youth, masculinity, class struggles, and fate from a unique perspective. The book
They did all of this in Holes. I thought, I won't lie, I didn't even think about what the plot of the movie was. I just knew it as Holes.
book was political in many ways, like making the kids dig holes and do all the labor just to find treasure for someone else. But it also had plenty of dry, witty humor to balance the darker, more serious themes. The story quickly captured readers across the United States, and eventually audiences around the world. It spent over 150 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list and won several awards, including the
Oh shit! I think I didn't know it was a book. I remember seeing some random shit about it, like one of that random information you just know.
Newbery Medal, the most prestigious honor in children's literature. An adaptation of the story was only inevitable, and studio executives were eager to get their hands on the film rights, though it didn't take long before things started to go sideways. But before digging further into that, I'd like to talk about the sponsor of this video, BetterHelp.
Get your money, bruh.
Before you
Get your money.
phone
Get your
or
money.
with how better it's to accept choosy about who he would sell the film rights to, so he hesitated to accept any offers. But sometime after its release, director Andrew Davis got hold of the book and loved it. Coming off movies like The Fugitive and Under Siege, Holes would be a big change of pace. It resonated with him, and since he was already looking to prove he could do more than just action, he reached out to Louis Sacker to acquire the rights. And to Sacker,
I always fuck with even if it's actors like directors, artists, musicians, you know what I'm saying, if they try to go out of what usually works for them or what made them big at the first place, you know what I'm saying, to branch out, to really do what you want to do. I fuck with that every time, sir.
he felt like the right fit. I didn't want Holes being turned into some soft, fluffy film. I liked the idea that it would be a director coming from making tough, gritty films making it. But Andrew wanted to ensure it would be a worthy adaptation. The book had taken the world by storm, and he felt a responsibility to do it justice.
Because I didn't want to make a movie that was about a wonderful...
Damn, how much you think this costs?
Responsibility.
Shit. 50k minimum, boy. 50k might be for this lens alone, sir. What the shit, bro? What the fuck?
To do it justice.
Because I didn't want to make a movie that was about a wonderfully...
Has anyone did a movie, like a studio movie, only on iPhone?
appreciated book that didn't reflect...
Someone should do this shit.
Whose author said, I don't want anything to do with this.
He realized the only person who could truly bring the story to life was the author himself. So rather than making his own personal interpretation or reshaping it to be more Hollywood friendly, he brought in Lewis to write the screenplay.
When Andy suggested that I write it, my first reaction was, no, get someone who knows how to write a screenplay.
Not only that, he guaranteed the author extensive input in nearly every aspect of production. With a deal like that, it was hard to complain. Eventually, a partnership
Gave him the whole movie, bro.
of production companies came together, with Walt Disney Pictures helping to fund the movie on a $20 million budget. Andrew Davis was set.
Damn, 20 million back then is crazy. I won't let you. The rise and fall of Will Ferrell. When did Will Ferrell fall, bruh? Damn, what happened to Will Ferrell?
To direct, Louis Sacker was in charge of the script, and the casting process began.
Hey, Theodore, is there someplace I can film a canteen?
My name is not Theodore.
So, what are you in for, Twitch?
Nah, that I already know that whoever he played was funny as fuck in that movie, bruh. That was facial expression he's fucking...
So,
It's not Theodore.
Why you look so mad, bruh? You give me Biggie vibes.
so what are you in for, Twitch?
And yeah, I'm not saying Biggie because of the obvious similarities, bruh. I'm saying Biggie because he gives me like that type of energy, you know what I'm saying?
Joyriding.
In the book, Stanley Yelnats starts off overweight. He's described as being 3 times the size of the smallest kid in his class and is often teased for it. But through the daily intense digging at Camp Green Lake,
Makes
he
sense.
slims down and grows stronger. The
Oh,
physical
shit.
transformation
Bossed up, boy. No doubt.
mirrors his mental growth as he becomes far more confident by the end. But when it came time to cast Stanley, the filmmakers decided to leave that detail out. Losing that much weight in such a short period of time was too much to ask
Oh, yeah.
of a teenager
Makes
and
sense,
just
yeah.
wasn't realistic. Instead, Andrew
Yeah, you can't do that shit.
Davis envisioned a young Tom Hanks for the role of Stanley. Producer
What the
Teresa
fuck?
Tucker Davies
In my mind, Tom Hanks been 40 years old since, like, he was born.
suggested Shia LaBeouf, who was known at the time for starring on Disney Channel in Even Stevens. Davis saw him as a cross between Tom Hanks, Dustin Hoffman, and Gene Wilder, and
3 random white guys.
felt Shia had the kind of quirkiness he was looking for.
Damn, that's good math, man.
But they also brought in plenty of star power for the adults, like Jon Voight and Sigourney Weaver, who discovered the warden role through her daughter.
Our daughter fell in love with this book.
I've heard her name so many times, bruh. But I've actually never seen her face, Sigourney Weaver.
Named Holes by Louis Sacker.
Why she look familiar, though? She played the mother on Malcolm in the Middle. Why she look like her?
And she came running up to me and she said, "Mommy, you should play this awful person."
Filming kicked off in April of 2002 and took place over the course of 10 weeks, though for some of the actors, those 10 weeks felt like an eternity. Despite being set in Texas, the movie was shot in various locations across California, primarily at Cutterback Dry Lake in the Mojave Desert. The young cast got along. It just felt like a group of teenagers messing around in the desert, but not every day was like that. While they weren't forced to lose weight, they still had to go through demanding training in preparation. The stunt coordinator had them running, doing high-rep push-ups, shovel drills, and rope climbs.
How old they were, bruh. Got him doing all this workout and shit.
Regularly, but even that.
I mean, it's like pee, bruh. All day pee all the time, bruh.
Prepare them for the erratic filming conditions.
For a kid, it might be. Nah, but this shit probably feel like work though.
It was summertime.
I mean, school was work though.
The arid California desert, so they were almost always working in extreme heat.
Oh,
with
shit, yeah.
temperatures reaching up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Why do Americans have to make it so complicated, say? Like, you're the only country in the world. I don't even know how to spell Fahrenheit, bro. Like, you're the only country in the world. Countries. I said countries. Yo. What did he say, bro?
The whole extreme heat, with temperatures reaching up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Damn, what the fuck?
The holes could get as hot as 150 degrees, and because of Screen
hell
Actors
nah.
Guild regulations, the actors were only allowed to stay in them for 5 minutes at a time.
It was 150 degrees in the hole.
The motherfucker, the name of the movie is Holes, and you can only spend 5 minutes in the holes at a time. How long it took them to film this movie, bruh?
So you could only be in the hole for 5-minute windows per the Screen Actors Guild. So they had a rep sitting out there with a stopwatch. So you would do these takes and they'd be like, up 5 minutes, and we'd have to jump out the hole even if we were in the middle of the take.
On top of the brutal temperatures, relentless winds tore through the set, stirring up dust tornadoes. Whiteouts were frequent, with sand constantly filling the air. It was the perfect setting for this story, but far from ideal for shooting a movie.
I've never been on a movie where I've had to rehearse. Like, I'll be rehearsing, and then all of a sudden, a dust tornado will be...
Why does this motherfucker sound exactly the same? How does motherfucker sound exactly the same as he does now, bruh? But he's like fucking, I don't know, 15 years, sir.
Where I've had to rehearse. Like, I'll be rehearsing, and then all
This the same person, he hasn't changed a bit at all.
of a sudden, a dust tornado
Scotland versus Morocco.
will be coming towards our set. Like, you gotta run in the van right away. That's never happened to me where I'm scared for, like, my safety because I'm doing a rehearsal and there's a dust tornado. Never.
As time went on, the weather began to take its toll on the cast and crew. Cleo Thomas, who played Hector Zeroni, also known as Zero, had it especially rough. A few weeks into filming, he developed a severe heat rash on his legs.
Damn.
He was itching and scratching so much that his mom went to the set medic, who gave her some lotion to help, but it ended up making things worse.
First of all, for a heat rash, and you just give me like a little bit of lotion, I'm already looking at you crazy. And then you said the lotion made it worse, boy. What? Who has the medical staff on this movie? We got the Real Madrid medical staff on the same, boy. The Tottenham Hotspur medical staff.
Lotion contained alcohol, which made the rash burn even more. On this particular day, they were filming a scene where Zero had to jump on the back of Zigzag, played by Max Cash. Max was well over 6 feet tall, while Cleo was less than 5, making the scene excruciating.
She ended up giving me the lotion that has the alcohol in it.
Oh my God.
So I'm jumping around in the school trailers screaming. They can hear me on set. Like, who is that? Screaming. And it's, you know, they had to just flush me down with water.
On a separate day, the desert heat triggered a refrigeration unit to explode inside a trailer, blasting a cast member out and damaging part of the wall. There was this kid who used to have a toothpick in his mouth all the time, that kid Jake. We all had these half trailers, and I was in the half trailer with him. I'm sitting in the trailer with my dad one time, we're playing gin rummy, and I hear this huge bang. The whole
Gin
thing
rummy.
rocks.
And I walk outside, and this dude has flown out of his side of the trailer, and the whole wall of the trailer has blown out. He's not just out of the whole wall is blown out of the trailer, and it's because the refrigeration unit, it was so hot in Ridgecrest, there was like an oxygen bomb that went off in this refrigerator and blew this kid across the desert.
God
so it was like
damn,
a
bruh.
pretty intense.
Like, you couldn't make like a simulated set or some shit, bruh. Shoot.
Everyone on set was being pushed to their limit, and tensions between the actors only made things worse. Jon Voight played Mr. Sir, one of the film's main antagonists. His character enforced the warden's orders and often took his frustrations out on the campers. He was harsh and abrasive, yelling at them and withholding water. But Jon was known for his commitment as an actor, so even when the cameras stopped
In a way.
rolling, he stayed in character. Shia LaBeouf noted that he had
Nigga, like, yeah, I get that shit's fire and shit, but bruh, motherfucker just got blown up by a refrigerator, say, cut the character for a bit, say, like, on some real shit, bruh. Like, you don't got to be the serious, say, we're going through enough, bruh, 48 degrees, sandstorm, middle of the desert. If you don't shut the fuck up and leave us alone, bruh. Like, I get you are actually trying to be like method acting and shit. Stop it, sir. Taking that shit too serious.
never been around somebody like that who doesn't break. Voight would walk around the set spitting sunflower seeds and deliberately acting rude to his co-stars. Method acting was nothing new, but antagonizing young actors and making them uncomfortable could...
Imagine a rapper just shows up, start fucking a bitch on in the middle of the fucking the room. He's in a rapper mode. He can't stop. He can't get out of it. It's his character. His art form. You know what I'm saying? No, bruh. Doesn't work like that. Chill, bruh. Like, you taking shit. You're looking up lame to me, but I won't lie to you.
be seen as crossing a line. One person who felt that way was Shia's dad. It became enough of an issue that he confronted Jon Voight, and the two had multiple heated arguments over his behavior. LaBeouf's dad was also taking the opportunity to flirt with Sigourney Weaver.
Also, my dad was hitting on Sigourney Weaver all the time. And that didn't work.
Beyond that, the campers spent 30 minutes each day in hair and makeup to look sunburned and tanned, and were then sent outside to be airbrushed with dirt. Jon Voight's makeup process took about an hour each day, getting him into his prosthetic belly, wig, and applying his mustache one hair at a time. Then there were the holes themselves. To make it look like thousands...
Prosthetic nigga couldn't grow a mustache. Had to put on prosthetic mustache.
Dozens of holes dotted the desert. Some had to be
Just
real.
wanted to be all method character and shit. Couldn't grow a mustache for that character.
To show their progress over the course of the film, the crew dug 5 different sets at varying depths. Once filming at one set was complete and movie time had passed, they would move on to the next set of deeper holes. By the end of production, they had dug around 400 holes in total.
What's that video, bro? I know whoever had that fear tripping the fuck out,
It
bro.
took a lot of hard work from a lot of people and a few accidents here and there, but the movie officially released on April 18th, 2003. Holes grossed $71 million at the box office, more than tripling its initial budget. Not only was it a hit for Disney, it was also well received by both critics and fans of the book. Reviews described it as dark, complex, intelligent, and well acted, and that it was a must see for any age group. It was one
Yeah.
of those rare
I didn't go see
movies
this
that
movie, I won't lie
faithfully
to you.
adapted its source material while making changes that actually served the story. Among its many great performances, it also helped transform Shia LaBeouf from a Disney Channel star into a mainstream Hollywood actor. Afterwards, Holes was frequently played on TV, which helped boost the book's popularity even further. However, in the years following the movie's premiere, the book did face some backlash. Some parents labeled it as being too mature and violent for younger audiences. In 2004,
What? There's always gotta be some Karens who say some shit, boy. Like, just don't show your kid the movie, bruh. I don't get that argument, like you say. Like, the world doesn't revolve around you, bruh.
a student's father took it to his local government and had it banned at that school. But while it is considered a challenge, faced some backlash. Some parents labeled it as being too mature and violent for younger audiences. In 2004, a student's father took it to his local government and had it banned at that school. But while it is...
He probably divorced, bruh. Ain't got nothing better to do with his life. If he isn't, probably gonna get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Probably ain't got nothing else to worry about. Not paying like, yeah, they're always a bitch, bruh. I ain't got nothing else much to say, bruh. There is a bitch.
Considered a challenged book, it's still revered by millions of people. For those who...
Motherfucker took up, use all his time, money, and effort to get a book banned in his local government, bruh. That is some of the too much time on your hands story I've ever heard in my life, bruh.
Grew up with the film, it became a Disney Channel staple, and a story that stuck with them for years. It's no coincidence that the adaptation was so good, given how heavily the author was involved. Louis Sacker even made a small cameo in the final product. A planned Disney Plus reboot series was announced in early 2025.
I didn't even see the original one, and I know this shit. We don't need this one, bruh. Whole gender swapped reboot pilot not going forward at Disney Plus. Thank fucking God, bruh. What?
But it was ultimately scrapped. In the end, it
motherfuckers ain't got no original ideas anymore. Gender swap, remake, live action, sequel. I won't lie, the past 2 years though, it seemed like there's been more and more original shit coming out, and I work with it. I'm saying we're getting back into the creative shit. Disney finally realizing they're slowing down on all the remakes and the fake shit, like, you know what I'm saying, the American shit. I won't lie to you, the American culture shit, with like all that, bruh. It seems like everyone, Hollywood is going into creative renaissance, except always are making original shit now, slowly but surely. Like even in gaming, except like the indie developers and shit getting shine. I feel like the world is slowly healing in all the creative spaces, you know what I'm saying? But then come AI, boy.
Would be hard to improve on what already exists. The film remains a modern
Loki, I
classic.
think Loki, hold on, boy. I think because of AI, motherfuckers are starting to appreciate actual art now, bruh. And it's making motherfuckers get more creative to show the AI motherfuckers that, nigga, we humans, we do this shit, bruh. This our shit, art is our shit. Ain't no robot can do this shit, you know what I'm saying? What am I talking about, bruh? I went on a whole different rampage. Not rampage, you know what I'm saying? Fucking yeah, session, bruh. Shout out to Bruce, yeah, as usual, bruh. Fire video. I need to, it made me wanna go see Holes. I wanna go fucking watch that shit after, bruh. Shit fire, bruh.